Canon just released firmware update 1.5.2 for the Canon EOS R5. This isn't a huge update, but for some of you, this is going to be a very important update. There are no major bug fixes, but there are 3 major enhancements. And if you just purchase one of those RF 800mm f5.6 lenses, the image stabilized USM L series, or the 1200mm f8 L series image stabilized USM, you're going to notice that this firmware update will provide improved autofocus accuracy. Now, I personally think that Canon did a great job with the stability of eye detection in firmware 1.4, but in firmware 1.5.2, Canon further enhances the stability of eye detection. And last but not least, another enhancement to the autofocus tracking, and this has to do specifically with moving subjects. I mean, after all, isn't that the challenge of tracking a subject, is when it's moving and not when it's stationary? Otherwise, we could just switch over and use manual focus. So firmware 1.5.2 can be available for download at all of Canon sites. So that's Canon Australia, Canon USA, Canon Canada, Canon UK, and so on. Now, I've also got a link to the firmware update in the description down below. But that's really it for today. I really wasn't expecting to see any news today. It's Friday after all. And when I first saw this, I thought, you know what, somebody's spamming me, because I heard about it through an email. I didn't see it on Canon Rumors or anywhere else. And I thought, let's double check to make sure this isn't a phishing attempt. Sure enough, it panned out, and many other sites in Canon's lineup were showing the link to download the firmware update. So I realized this was a thing. So I'm going to be updating this firmware update shortly thereafter this video. And one last thing, tomorrow's Friday, March the 18th. This isn't a big day for most of you out there, but it is a big day for Apple, because the Mac Studio and the Studio Display is available for sale in Apple's retail stores. And of course, if you pre-ordered it and you're one of the first ones to pre-order, you probably have already received it, or you'll be receiving it over the next couple of days. Now, tomorrow, I am going to be first in line at my local Apple store, hoping to pick up a Mac Studio and a Studio Display. And I'm focused on the Ultra version because, well, for my workflow, my belief is those extra media encoding engines, especially dealing with 8K video, is going to make a huge difference. I use a lot of 8K video when I do my reviews. I shoot them all in 8K, not the studio pieces, but when I'm shooting the product, because what that allows me to do in post is to be able to punch in, zoom in, create basically the same effects you can do with a motorized slider. I also shoot a lot of my son's videos, Planet Liam, in 8K. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. I'm really kind of excited by it because I think those extra media engines are really going to scale and allow me to see the performance. And if I am able to pick it up tomorrow, I'm going to do an unboxing, and I'm also going to show you my video results comparing it to an Intel 2015 MacBook Pro, a 2021 MacBook Air, and of course a Mac Studio Ultra M1 with 64 gigs of RAM. And that's not the one with the top end with 64-core GPU. It's just got the 48-core GPU. So I'm kind of excited by that, but I want to quickly wrap up this video because it's my lunchtime, and this is rather important information, getting the firmware update out there for you guys so you can download, install it in your R5, and find that you're getting better autofocus performance, especially if you just purchase those 2 new lenses, or one of them, the 800mm f5.6 and the 1200mm f8. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.